Did y'all already talk about how everybody's holidays were?
Not yet. We basically have been focusing on Bharat's lack of a PFP.
As we
But
should.
I hope everyone had a lovely holiday. I definitely miss being here with all of you.
I mean, I had
Do you have a
an amazing
Q&A?
holiday.
Good.
I I didn't do
Q&A time?
anything.
That's the best
Mhm.
too.
Spent a lot of time with kids.
That's fun, or can be, but also exhausting.
Yeah, I had a lot of debt that I had to repay.
Kid debt,
Kid
time,
debt,
quality time debt.
quality time. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, where's Keith?
It's 10:01. How did that happen? I don't know.
I just
Let's
posted
Here
in
he
There
chat.
he is.
So
is.
there he is.
There he is.
Let's give everyone another minute or so. Hi to everyone in the audience. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! I can't believe this is our first time hall of 2022. Hold on, I'm just going to go into the questions for time hall. Good morning, everyone. Will we will just writing GM to everyone in the questions. Hey, Jen, how are you? Ben Murphy, how are you? Memphis Mantis, good to see you. Imo, always a pleasure. T, great to
hello,
see you.
hello.
Big Wise Guy, yes, we're going into Big Wise Guy shenanigans into 2022. You know, Matt Cherry. Matt Cherry, do you go by Matt or Matthew? I just want to make sure. And Captain Dan, good to see you. Can you just in comments, like, I just want to know, are we good with Matt or Matthew? You know, like Crypto Sing, great. Good morning to you too. You know, we're at 103. We're just gonna give it one more minute or so just to go. Okay, awesome, Matt. If you're good with both, I'm good with that. Um, Lane, Lane goes by, and very few people know this. She either goes by Lane or she goes by Wen Poap.
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
Drip Sniper.
Funny, funny.
Oh wait, Sniper. Will you raise your hand for a second? And I just want to bring you up on stage for a second, Sniper. Awesome. How are
Hey,
you?
hey guys.
I wanted to thank you. You know, I had a lot of fun doing our podcast together, and I hope that it was a good experience for you too. And I just really wanted to say thank you.
Oh no, that means the world to me, honestly. It was amazing. It was such an amazing experience. I've had people reach out to me and just, really look at it as like a huge thing. Like some people see you as a super high person, as I do as well. And like I said on the podcast, for someone like yourself to just give someone like me, I mean, I'm just a 25-year-old in a basement really trying to stay consistent on a podcast, and you really gave me the time of day and was like, absolutely, I have no problem. I mean, I know you're busy. You was walking through Central Park. I know you're probably going to work or doing whatever you were doing, but just the simple fact that you actually sat down, talked to me just like I was anybody, really showed me that. I mean, I don't know. It blew my mind, honestly. So I can't thank you enough for it, Keith. Seriously.
No, anytime. And so I just wanted to just say thank you for thinking of us and for thinking of me on that one. It was a lot of fun. I had a great thing. And you know, I had a poll yesterday, and I hope you don't mind. I'm going to kick you off stage now, okay?
Oh no,
Like you're
go
getting
ahead,
kicked
man.
off,
Go ahead.
Snipe. Okay. How do I do this? Move to audience. There we go. So we had a poll yesterday, and I just want everyone to know. Like I asked about GMs, and I'm really thrilled because I see Chris Inri is in the audience, and Chris, you can, if you want to go into comments, you can comment on this. but I asked, what the right form of GM is. As you know, I've been GMing every day forever. And Chris goes, I got to tell you, it really bothers me when Keith does his GM with the capital G. So this morning on both timepieces and on both my GM, it was a lowercase one, and he acknowledged it. But then I wrote back to him, and I hope I caught you off guard. And I hope I made you smile, Chris. That this was that lowercase GM was just for you. It was just for you. And I want you to see that when we take feedback, we take it very seriously, even if it comes down. Ben, there's no lowercase g capital M Bharat. Absolutely not. It looks like we're close to 200. I definitely want to start in about a minute. I'm going to say good morning to just a few people. D Dot has officially joined our team. We love it. We continue to expand the Timepieces team. Good morning to some of the artists that are, that are part of the Genesis that are in the crowd today. I see Bro Bell. Who else do I see? I think I saw Alison Dyka a second ago. I see some of the artists that are going to be participating in our next drop. That we'll give a top line for today, and then we'll give a little bit more detail next week, or a lot more detail next week. But with 189 people, I'm just going to jump into this if that's okay with everybody. So listen, JPEG holder, Hodl. Super nice comment to D Dot if you didn't see that. And Cheese, I like that you got the alpha on that, and I'll address the alpha in today's town hall. So, I guess I'm just going to start at the top because this is an important town hall. It's the first town hall of 2020, or time hall, as Maya likes to slam on me. It's the first time hall of 2022. It's important for us on a lot of different reasons. One is like we want to give you an idea of what's important to us as an organization, as a community, and as we evolve moving forward. Second is we want to give you a glimpse into the roadmap. Third is we want to make sure that you know some of the conversations that we're having and some of the things to expect coming down the road. And I think that that's really important overall. But before I can start, obviously outside of the GMs and the Happy New Years and the celebrations and the hope that everyone had a good break and stayed healthy out there. I did want to address something that I thought was quite important. When we launched Timepieces 3 months ago, and in NFT years, I think that's about 10,000 years ago. And I see, a bunch of people who are hashtagging lit. In full disclosure, and it's not investment advice, I own lit. But I would, you do all of your own research before you jump into something of that nature. But I love that people are jumping into our community from other communities. So Mr. Razor Sharp and Ben Murphy, thank you on that. But I did want to address something that is really quite important. We launched this community 3 months ago, and we've repeatedly stated that values. This would be a values-based community. And our belief was that values create value over time. And we've been very clear. We stated that the values of this community would be inclusivity, it would be optimism, it would be positivity. We also stated that our entry into Web3 was to ensure that we evolve the Time brand for the next 100 years, not the next few weeks or months, right? So in some instances, we move very fast. In some instances, we're a little more cautious on certain things because we want to make sure that we're thinking both short-term and long-term. As we look at the first few days of 2022, we've all seen incredible momentum within this space. If you didn't see this yesterday, OpenSea is now valued at $13.3 billion. And it did nearly $1 billion in sales in the first 4 days of the year. I mean, that's amazing. Think about that. $1 billion in sales in the first 4 days of the year. Last night, though, I think that we all saw an example of the space at its worst. And I don't know if you follow 9 by 9 by 9. This is the individual that was behind the drop of SOS. But he posted a thread last night, and I'd suggest that you read the thread. And it really bothered me, and it really upset me. And I'm not going to talk about other communities, but I do want to talk about this space in general, and what I believe is Time's role within the space, which is, for the Time brand, we've been around 99 years, and the reason that we've been able, I think personally, to weather a lot of storms is because the number one value at Time has been trust. And our plan as we evolve this brand for the next 99 years, and specifically within this space, is to continue that trend. And my personal fear, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say that, is that what you read about in 9 by 9 by 9's thread, and Timo, thank you for posting it in the Q&A, is not the end of these type of stories. And my caution and my hope and my advice to this community, this is a community that we care about very deeply, and I hope that you know that we care about this community very deeply, is that you pay just as much attention to the leadership teams, the transparency, the vision, and the resources of them as you do to the short-term metrics that, I think, the space has gotten very used to. And my hope is that I look at other communities and I see a lot of incredible examples of this throughout the space. This is not me saying Time's amazing and everyone else is not. No, I think that there's a lot of amazing communities within this space. I think that the Cool Cats are a great example. The Robotos, the Dead Fellas, Toy Boogers, these are just 3 examples of many that come to mind. Many, many, many. And you all know I jump around into a bunch of these communities and I get to know a lot of the leadership teams there. And I think that they're all doing incredible jobs. But I caution you, please, 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 please be careful. I think in 2022, I think that this space, the Web3 space in particular, is going to see incredible growth. But it will not be even. It will be uneven because there will be some incredible failures as well. And the thing to remember about the failures is that they tend to, in this space, go down to 0. And so please, please, please be careful. And, on one weird final thought, and this is something that I learned, and Maya and I have worked together for nearly 2 decades, and we both started our careers at Wired. I started my career at Wired, was from one of the founders of Wired, Kevin Kelly. And he said to me once at a meeting, and he said it publicly as well many other times, that there's no technology or technological evolution that can be used for good that cannot also be used for bad. And I think that that's really important to recognize because for this group and for this community, I think that all of us, with the exception of Big Wise Guy, believe that this evolution is one for good. You like that, Big Wise Guy? I had to throw that in there in the middle of a very, very sentimental speech. Yes, Austin, shots were fired, but it's all love. It has to go into 2022. I think about this a lot, and I've been very, 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 very bullish about this revolution/evolution. But I do want us all just to step back for a second and think long about this space. And I want to just make sure that you all and we all continue to align with communities we all associate with that align with our values. And rarely do I get sentimental, but I really had such a reaction last night to what I read. And it really pissed me off so much and upset me so much that I wanted to open up this new year, with one of hope, but also one of caution and protection of you all, because you've been there with us from the beginning. So that's that. I'm done being sentimental for a second. Big wise guy, I'll give you a chance to shoot back in the comments. You want to go? I see you're typing. So do you want to type something quickly? And go. I feel like he's getting stage fright on the type. Big wise guy, you going? Okay. Okay. I love you all. So moving on to 2022. In the last time hall, we talked through, all the things that we were really proud of over the past 3 months, along with all of you. And, since then, since our last time hall, there's some things that we're really excited about. And I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of them as well. First and foremost, we've exceeded 10,000 followers on Twitter. And what's important about that is we have yet to turn on the spigots of our much larger brand, because it was really important to us that we grew this following organically. I am not a fan of these NFT projects that are coming out that are all of a sudden 100,000 followers on Twitter and 97,000 people in their Discord, and none of us have even heard of them before. Our Discord channel, and we've grown this organically as well, is around 9,400 people, and that takes into account the fact that we banned close to 5,000 people since we launched, due to misalignment of values. 4,500 people have connected their wallets to time.com to remove the paywall to access time.com for free and for frictionless access. And I would ask, if you own a timepiece, or you even own a cat minting pass, or an inspiration piece, or a Nyla piece, do this. Do it. It's just utility for you. Since our last time hall, our Genesis artists have been receiving all kinds of accolades. Nyla was named to the Future 50. And yesterday, NFT Now named Kath Samard, Diana Sinclair, Drift, Julie Pacino, Rio, to their NFT Now Next Up, a list of ascendant talents that are poised to make major waves into 2022. And I love that. There's nothing cooler than that, especially because Kath Samard was an invitee of John Knox. Diana Sinclair was an invitee of Justin Aversano. And Julie Pacino was an invitee of Hoda Bakali. that is so cool. Okay. And so then it comes to, if you've noticed, I've been repurchasing, and we've been repurchasing pieces, timepieces. And I want you to know why we're doing it. To date, we've repurchased 15 timepieces. Our perspective is that we'll continue to do this for a few reasons. I like the idea of currently reducing the supply of Genesis pieces on the market, especially as we continue to increase the utility. And secondarily, as I see the awards of certain artists and accolades, emerging, if I see that a certain piece is devalued versus what I believe the artist's work is within the marketplace, we are going to grab it and hold on to it and pull it into the Time Vault. And as a reminder, it's not us that sets price. It is you, the community, that sets price. We just might not agree with what the price is that you set sometimes. And so that is the basis by which I'm going in and making these adjustments, with the team. Also, I just wanted you to know that you saw the Robotos announcement. We are deep into conversations and working through the development of their show. And we also wanted you to be aware that this is not the first of those announcements to come. We're very engaged with numerous communities surrounding similar partnerships, and we're hopeful that we'll be able to announce many of these over the coming weeks. Okay, and not just one, many. As we get to all know each other a little bit better, we start to see the personal side of things, and we all noticed that the community had a few birthdays recently. I hope that yesterday's right-click save POAP for Patricio made you all laugh. But POAPs have become an important aspect of what we have built engagement off of our community around. We saw Nyla turned 13. It's amazing when you think about it. Kat Samard seemingly had 45 days worth of birthdays that John Knopf and I continued to push and celebrate. It was Zen Pop's birthday over the holidays, and I know that he wasn't feeling well, and we hope he's feeling better. And if you have a birthday coming up, put it in general, or share it, so that way we can celebrate it. We like this. Part of the best aspect of Discord, of getting to know everyone in Web3, is the humanizing aspect of it. I see. Okay, wait. So IBK, his birthday's on the 13th, and he's giving a timepiece away. My birthday is on Saturday, the 8th. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm turning 98 years old, according to my friends. And Maya's birthday's in a few weeks. But more than anything else, what we really want to do is we want to focus right now our vision for 2022. I feel like I've already given a little bit of alpha so far. I hope this has been an okay opening time hall for the year. I just missed you all. Bharat, fuck you, Bharat, 99. Zen Pop, I hope you're feeling better. So here's our vision for 2022. I think roadmaps are really tough in this space. And part of it is because it's constantly evolving in nature. And every day, just incredible opportunities keep coming along. And we jump at them, and sometimes we pass on them. But I do want to share what the big priorities are, and I feel like we have a pretty good idea. Apathy. I like that one. You're 5,000 years old. I think we do have a pretty good idea as to what the next quarter looks like, at least, at the highest level. And so I feel like this, what we'll outline for you is we're thinking about our roadmap as an evolution with a flex, right? And so we're building a foundation, and on top of that foundation, we're going to continue to accelerate in certain areas. And here are the areas. Drops. So twice a year, biannually, we're going to do signature drops, right? We know that. We'll do it with 40 artists each time. We think it's really important. We've learned a lot from the Genesis drop, and we'll evolve. And I'm really excited about our next drop now, and I'll give you a top line sort of clue to it in a minute. But we're also going to do quarterly exclusive artist in residence. And I hate to say this, but tomorrow we are having a conversation with the potential Q1 artist in residence who we hope to be able to announce shortly. And this is unbelievable. I'm so freaking excited about this one. And it's somebody who you all know and is really well known, and is not what you're expecting. So our next signature drop is slated to start later this month. And for everyone who has a cat piece, like it will, you'll be able to use your cat piece for this drop. But the thing that we are, most excited about is we actually are calling this a drop ... with a twist. And the twist is that you, as the community, as our community, is going to have unprecedented control over how you experience and define the drop's levels of scarcity. And here's the details that I feel comfortable sharing with you today, and we're going to share more with you next week. First, we know that we constantly are told that time covers and years are really important to the community, and this drop will celebrate the 99-year history of time and our covers. And our creative director DW's done something really special and cool and unique for this drop over the 99 years. Yes, 99 years with Keith being almost 100. Thank you, big wise guy. But it doesn't stop with the initial mint. It also has 40 incredible artists associated with it. I've already leaked out some of these names, people that you know. People that are incredible within the space. I'm not going to tell you them all now, but I'll give you an idea to who some of the contributing artists are for this. If you listened to the Sniper podcast, I already said that Drift, Isaac, is going to be an artist that will be in this drop. If you're familiar with the artist Zook, who I've been following since March of last year when her pieces were initially, just a few $100, but like Zook's pieces, ZHUK, Zook's pieces are going for $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a piece, and they're being collected by everyone from Starry Night Capital to the likes. Will be participating. Gabriel Bianchini, will be participating. Fine, Chris Serini, Show Deer will be participating. Happy I wasn't going to break that one, so now I'm not going to tell a different one. But yes, Show Deer will be participating. Dave Krugman will be participating, and let me see if this other person's in the audience for a second, because I love this person's work so much, and I saw them earlier in it, and if they're still here, I'll just embarrass them for a second, but I wasn't going to. Okay, well, it looks like the artist had to sneak out, so I will not display that final artist. But those will be the artists that I'll give alpha on today. But remember, there's 40 more to come. There's a lot, and so many of them, and I think some of them are going to just blow your minds, and I think you're going to be really excited. Know that as we head into this year, we have heard you loud and clear. Genesis holders are going to always get automatically guaranteed spots without having to register, and we'll be able to mint on a per piece basis. And we're going to continue to build in priority for the Genesis collection and its holders and everything we do moving forward. Okay. I think that's really important. that I mentioned this, that the Time Cat holders will have the opportunity to use their mint passes. For this, Inspiration, Nyla, and Photo holders will also be invited to mint. And we're working with other communities for allow lists. We are also, and this is separately, this is separately from a drop, but we are all also exploring PFP options. This has been a big request, but like as we keep looking at PFP options, like we don't see this as a drop. We see this more as a utility. For instance, a PFP builder that will allow you to put your favorite PFPs seamlessly onto the cover of Time, and that we would just hand over to the community to be able to play with, right? So if Ben Murphy decides that he wants to, put fire on and have lit on every single cover of Time, he could do that. If, Timo wants to combine all 900 different communities he's members of between the Cool Cats and the Lemons and every other community that out there, he could do that and put it on the cover of Time. These are the things that we want you to be able to do and have the freedom of. And so that will be something that we will be able to be rolling out in the coming weeks and months. The second area outside of drops that we're really going to focus on is content creation and subscriptions. And so we're going to continue to lean into our core and increase our content creation. We'll start with increasing our programming on our channels and off to make sure that, there are artifacts from them. So like we'll create podcasts from some of the artist talks for you, and articles. We are going to expand on artist talks and tech talks. We're going to bring in editors such as Andrew Chow, who's doing our metaverse newsletter, along with the subjects of his pieces. We're going to bring in more influential individuals like we've done with Deepak Chopra and Amelia Clark and others, within the timepiece community. And we've also been seeing a lot of requests and suggestions, and please continue to use suggestions. They're amazing, and we appreciate them so much, for more educational, quote unquote, masterclass programming around genres such as photography in particular. And with all the incredible talent from the photo community, we see this as a natural place to go. What you're going to see heading into 2022 also from us is we're going to take nft.time.com and we're really going to turn this into a real Web3 destination. This is a Bharat Krish especial. I mean, he has been screaming about this from the hilltop. And oh, Carlos, I didn't realize you were still in the audience. I couldn't find you. So if you all look at TKO, Carlos Luna James, he's another artist that will be featured in the next drop. And he's an amazing artist. And he's an artist that sorry for outing you, Carlos, on this, but he's an artist that I got to meet when we both participated in Sotheby's drops. And so Carlos, I'm so happy you're here. And so there, you now all have 36 other artists that I have yet to name that are coming up in this next drop. We're also going to be exploring how to expand off the Connect the Wallet feature and the metaverse newsletter and bring content into the space and bring the space content into the Web3 in a different manner on time.com. And for those who attended the photography space that I spoke at earlier this week, on Spaces, I made it very clear. We're going to start to explore subscriptions such as Photo of the Week as a potential option, as well as other areas, for us to expand into. We're going to focus on utility and giveaways. December's contests and the giveaways and the allow list giveaways in particular seem to have been a big hit. And the Invisible Friend giveaway, that It's Timo was able to secure for the community had almost 1,000 entries. Just so everyone knows, winners will be announced tomorrow. But, it's those type of access points that we want to continue to provide. And Snowman, thank you so much for the support. We love that you're part of the Timepiece community now. And we're keeping an eye on close and hot mints, and have a checklist to evaluate projects to make sure that they're credible and that they match our values. But if you have lists that or communities that you want us to try and get into the allow list on, put that in suggestions. Let us know. In addition, COVID permitting, considering that this feels like it's the never-ending age of pandemics, we're going to expand giveaways to Time live events as we did with Person of the Year. We have upcoming Women of the Year, the Time 100, the Time 100 Next event, as well as we'll be hosting meetups at industry events and securing invites and discounts to other events for people. And we know that merch has been something that people have asked for, and we'll come out with it. But like right now, I'm drinking out of my Cool Cats mug. I love that mug. I want to make sure that if you're gonna, have Time piece merch, that it's cool and that you love this. And I think that's really important to Maya and Bharat and Lane and myself. And then the final 2 points that we're going to really lean into this year is collabs and partnerships, and especially Time Studios partnerships. We have a huge advantage, in terms of Time Studios and the relationships that we have within this space. If you were not already aware, Time Studios is responsible for the upcoming Kanye West documentary that we sold to Netflix for $31 million. That's very public. If you watched, Inspiration 4, like we did the documentary for them, that's the reason why we were able to do the Robotos deal. And as I'd mentioned, we are in many, many talks with a bunch of other communities to expand upon those type of deals. In our 3 months of 2021, you saw collabs with the Cool Cats, and that if you're in the audience and you own a Cool Cat, Time collab piece, we are going to be implementing the beginning of utility on that piece. It looks like next week, which will allow you to connect that piece to time.com and remove the paywall. We did partnerships with Dreamverse. You saw the partnership with Deadfellas and Decentraland, our tech talk with Ledger, our partnership with Deepak Chopra and Amelia Clark, and you're going to see more of those as well. We are talking to Ledger about expanding that relationship with more security content and more onboarding content for both grown-ups and kids. And we're going to have more exciting announcements this month about more Time Studios partnerships, that are just coming down. And, for those that, have kids, you've seen what we've done with Time for Kids in this space. We are narrowing in on a strategy for Time for Kids and for kids in this space as well, and onboarding. We think that this is important. Finally, and I won't say more than this, is we are currently engaged with other platforms outside of OpenSea to increase the distribution of timepieces, and with more of that to come in the coming weeks. Okay, so I just want you all to hear that alpha. And then finally, as we look at this, I would say, while growth and a thriving large community are a goal, we know that a small community within communities is where real connections happen, where this happens for collectors, for artists, for genres, which is why we started with the Discord channel change that we made, and we've evolved, and we're going to evolve it to the programming. But we want your continued input from the community towards our development. You are timepieces ultimately, and it brings us great joy to see the community gel, to wish people happy birthdays, to see the give first mentality that's emerging, and for new people to join as holders, and keep sharing your pieces is what I would ask of you. Timepieces, follow Timepieces on Twitter. So if we are not following you, please let us know. Like I try, as is the team, to do as much as we can of that, and keep sharing your ideas and constructive feedback and suggestions. We are early, we are building, we are growing, we are still going to make mistakes, but we could not be more excited for 2022. Maya, Timo, I'll turn it over to the two of you. I apologize for the long soliloquy.
Was awesome. Thank you so much. And Happy New Year, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Timo, I got a Happy New Year for?
Big Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2022.
Here we are. As some of you may have seen both in the Discord and on Twitter, my word of the year, which is an annual tradition I've had as long as I've known Keith, I guess. So maybe he inspired it, who knows, but was GM. And so I just want to say thank you to all of you because it really was inspired by the positive benefits I get in my life from the connection, the community, and the positivity that you all bring every day with the GMs and otherwise. And so thank you. While that was a 7-tweet post, I just want to repeat one bit here, which is that GM means can do, just do it. And we got you all in one in 2022. I'm going to be wishing you GM every day. And I really love all of your GMs back, whether direct or otherwise. So let's keep at it. I was super excited actually yesterday to see Serena Williams' first GM. If you guys saw that on Twitter, which was obviously responded to by us and others with the Long Necky Lady timepiece by Nyla. And I believe Keith, right, Alexis actually has one in his wallet. So welcome,
Yes,
Serena.
he does.
Awesome. And as Keith mentioned, late breaking edition, we are working towards providing access to more live events for Genesis holders. And we have a late breaking opportunity in Houston, actually on January 13th. Do we have any Texas holders in the audience or anyone who can easily get to Texas? If so, we're going to be doing a giveaway this weekend of 3 tickets to our VIP gala premiere of the Emmy Award-winning show Space Explorers, the ISS Experience. As you know, we were very big on, Time Studios was very big on space in 2021, and this is a big VIP gala in Houston. So 3 tickets go in as giveaways to Genesis holders this weekend. So if you're in the Texas area or can get there and want to do it, as we would love to see you there. I wanted to make sure that photo holders saw that the airdrop is now scheduled for January 9th. That's this Sunday. And so we look forward to sharing that with you. It's really great. And thank you all for your patience. It's much, much appreciated. Chill time. We had an unofficial, an impromptu chill time last Sunday just because we were all missing each other, but it's officially back on the calendar every Sunday, but starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern and 3:30 p.m. UTC at a slightly later time, which seems to work better for regulars. Looking at you, Ben Murphy, on the West Coast. And I think that's the heart of my announcements. Timo, I think you have winners to share with us.
So I wanted to share winners of the Invisible Friends giveaway today, but we had a lot of folks who entered like 14 times with the same wallet. So I'm currently in the process of going through 900 plus entries by hand to make sure that we have legitimate entries. So that will be a tomorrow announcement. But I do have one announcement today, and that is our Timepieces Person of the Week. And this week, he's a relatively new community member who at the last time haul, he heard Keith's story about how there was a guy who wanted like 5,000 ETH for time.eth. And so he went out just on his own volition and picked up a few alternatives for timepieces and just gifted them to us. So we want to nominate Matthew Cherry as our Timepieces Person of the Week.
I'm on mute. Woo!
On mute too. Congratulations, Matthew. Matt. Now, since you know
Congrats.
you go either way on this
We
one,
gotta get him up
congrats.
because his voice is so awesome.
Fine, so just invite him up. Raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
We can get him up here, I think. Yeah.
There he is. Bring him on.
There
up.
you go. So we just sent the invite. You'll just accept that, and there he is. Hey, Matthew.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
We appreciate you. You have been
Thank you.
just the
Thank you.
ideal community member, and we are so happy to give you the Timepieces Person of the Week award.
No, that's all good. You didn't have to do that. I'm just doing it. Like I say, I don't like people trying to exploit anybody, whether it be a large company or just a person by themselves. So I thought it was a good idea to do. And I was actually looking at a few other ones that I was going to pick up and just send over also, because I just like to spend money on stuff that I feel is valuable to give to other people, in all honesty. So, no, I appreciate that so much. I love the community and I love everything about the whole Web3 community. It's great.
Well, we are honored to have you as the Timepieces Person of the Week. We'll get that role assigned to you here shortly, and yeah, you'll get a fancy little role in the Discord for a week. How about that?
Wonderful, guys. Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right,
you
thank
so
you,
much,
Matt. We'll talk to
Matthew.
you soon.
Great, great.
you.
Right. Throw me off the
Doesn't
stage
that
now, please.
Yeah,
that
we'll do.
voice just make you happy?
So that's all I have. I can kick over to Bharat. See, Bharat, I'm not putting you last this time. Unless, oh, there you go. Off mute. There you go.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to my amazing PFP, Tyler. So appreciate that.
Can't wait. Get excited. It'll be great.
Happy New Year to all. It's an amazing year last year, and we had a number of successes. Keith went through a lot of it, and Maya did too. I won't repeat everything again, but also too many to outline from a tech and a product point of view as well. So we also learned a ton. So and thank you. Thanks to everybody's support in the community for making it happen and being there throughout the process. Especially thanks for creating give first culture here, and Matthew embodies that, and we love people like that embody that in this community. Thank you for keeping that culture going, and we want to see that as sort of guiding light in 2022 as well. Also, one important thing I'm really happy about is in 2021 we brought on board D Dot and is Timo to join our team, and we're so happy about that as well. So, and looks like it's paying benefits because Timo is gonna make my PFP now. Appreciate that. So, 2022, I think, is going to be an year of growth for us. We're going to focus on building out bigger products, and also focusing on the tech foundation. A lot of what we did in 2021 was to get to the next destination, and we still put a lot of thought into what tech to use and what partners to use. Now, for 2022 is about bringing it all together and building a better platform for us. So, when Keith mentions nft.time.com as a destination, I truly believe that now with organically, it's become our sort of minting airdrop registration destination. Let's take it to the next level, right? So let's make it our community destination for, of course, mints and airdrops, but also for education and for content that we can stream. When we do things with Time Studios, let's make it available on nft.time.com. So those are all the ideas coming up for how we can make this a destination. If you have other ideas, please do post in suggestions, by the way, as we start looking into it and start building. I mean, in the process, we're also speaking with the best in the crypto space and metaverse space. So, we're bringing all of these innovative ideas together. So on Keith also mentioned, and the next drop, we are working on the logistics for the next drop right now, including the user experience, the site, the smart contracts, the mechanics, also the mechanics for the quote unquote twist. So a lot more to come there. And then one last thing is I'm going to host a regular tech talks We did one with security, which I think went really well. I thought a lot of people got a lot of value out of it. I did get a lot of questions after that. So thank you for being part of that. We're going to continue that. And please suggest topics. Big Wise Guy, please host along with me. Next one, let's do it. And I know you contribute a lot to the Tech Chat channel as well. We really appreciate it. So those are the things I had. Lane, can I give the mic to you?
You absolutely can.
Take it on.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Bharat. Those were great updates. Again, just Happy New Year, everyone. I hope everyone had a great kind of time away and stayed well. I was definitely thankful for a little time away to recalibrate, but I definitely missed all of you. To start, I wanted to give everyone an update on the book. We had high hopes to have the book ready to be able to be purchased before the end of year, but in all honesty, we received some proofs and they just weren't up to our standards. We did have to pivot, and now we're working with a new publisher to get the book printed for everyone who has promised one, and for all of our artists, and for you guys to purchase. That being said, at the very end of the year, we had a contest to give away 10 of this book, and I'm very pleased to announce the winners here. Congratulations to Hugo M88888, Amy 0312, Crypto 22G, Sign Me Up Now with a 0, BK Durant, Z Market Stalker, Luca Casati, Official A Lim, Suntree 8261, and Cade Talk. If any of you are in the audience, definitely check your DMs in the coming days for a little note from us to follow up for some more details. And thank you all for your patience with the book. I'll be sure to update announcements when it's ready, which, knock on wood, will be very soon. I've also been thinking a lot about programming for 2022, and we have some really exciting ideas, a few of which Keith mentioned already. Artist Talks will start again. We're super excited. The first one will be next week, and we cannot wait to introduce you to the artists in our next drop. We'll be sure to make an announcement when the events calendar on Discord is up to date with info. Bharat will be doing more tech talks, hopefully with Big Wise Guy. We'll be having some class style talks about artistic technique. Also, if you guys have been reading the Into the Metaverse newsletter from Time writer Andrew Chow, he'll be having interviews with some of his subjects on our Discord. And we're also really exciting to start some conversations with members of the larger Time family and community about topics both in and out of the metaverse. Starting with our event in Houston, we will have more IRL event opportunities, and then of course more giveaways and contests throughout the year. That's really what I had today. I'm going to end with everyone's favorite topic, the POAP. We do have a really cute one today. I squealed when I saw the creative. So for those of you who are new, in order to claim this POAP, put your address in the Town Hall POAP list channel, and the POAP will be distributed on Discord tomorrow. So if anyone has any questions, let us know. And that's really it for me. Does anyone have any closing words? Keith, maybe?
Thank you all. Here's to an amazing, 2022 for everyone. Thank you all so much for your support. I took a screen grab a second ago of this room, over 400 attendees on the first town hall of the year. It's just awesome. I'll post it on the Twitter feed in a minute. But I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful 2022, and we hope we continue to make you proud. And please using the suggestions. Like we love building this alongside all of you. So with that, Lane, Timo, if you could post the, if you could please post the POAP link, we will end today's town hall.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Sorry if Keith was rugged for some of you.
Bye.